We're live. Let's share this on Twitter. It's gonna be fun. And I wanted to, hold on. We need to do like some detective work because the beer that I'm trying out, they have a Twitter account and I'd like to, okay, no, it's like way too difficult. I don't know who they are. That's okay. We'll tweet them later, I suppose. We'll just put this live so that people can come by. Okay. So remember last week I told you that I had some winter beer that I wanted to try, and I'm super excited about it because it's called Hibernatus. And just look at this artwork. Let's get my face out of there so that I'll focus. It's like the big bad wolf, and he's drunk. And I love it. I like that it's by a brewery called Lupulus. I'm gonna guess that's how you pronounce it. And it just like lupine wolves, get it? I like it. It's cute. So let's open this up. There's a blue bottle cap. I like the shade of blue. No joke. This is the same color as my walls in my old bedroom, and my mom hated the fact that I chose a dark blue for my room, but that's what she gets for letting me choose the color. Ooh, this is stunning. So this is a winter beer. What does that actually mean? That's a really great question, because winter beers, Christmas beers, that normally just means that they're spiced. So they took the dark beer and just added spices to it. And on the back of this, it does say Belgian dark. And it comes in at 9.5% ABV, which is different from the website, which said it was 9. So they lied. Let's smell this. Ooh, wow. I'm going to check the ingredients. What's in this? Okay, so we have water, barley malt, hops, sugar, yeast, and then it doesn't say if there's spices, but it smells spicy. Okay, just so that you guys can just look at the beautiful bottle. I'm going to put it there so that you can see it. Stunning. Oh my goodness. I can't place the spice. It's not like ginger snap spice. It smells Christmassy. I can't place it, but it does smell like an authentic winter beer. But I'm going to say European winter, not American winter, which would be just cinnamon. Okay, I'm going to try this because, wow, it smells so... Oh. I love when things they smell so delicious that it says, drink me. Drink me. So let's drink it. Gesundheit. Oh, hiccup. This tastes amazing. Oh my goodness. This is, oh wow. Oh, this has such a delightful bitter note aftertaste, and it's like bursting bitter notes. But it started off with this chocolate note, and then it just turned into bitter notes, and it's like coffee bitter notes. So it's like chocolate, coffee, and the beginning of this is just sweet. Wow. Oh, and I got more of the bitter notes with the second sip. And I think the first one had a lot more carbonation, which I think maybe that's why I got the hiccup. So I didn't get the hiccup this time, but there's also not that much carbonation going on. Oh, I forgot to show you like the actual color. I was just like, oh, it's stunning. But yeah, it does have a coffee color to it. Oh, it smells so delicious. This is a beer that you have to try. I can see now why the wolf is just on his back. belly full of beer. Great way. And I feel like it is a heavy beer. Like, I can feel it going to my stomach. And we just had dinner. I'm full. But yeah, it is sort of hitting my stomach in an unpleasant way. But I can forgive that because honestly, even now, I just have these bitter notes popping on my tongue, and the aftertaste is just delicious. Oh my goodness. This is delightful. Oh, man. You know, the winter Christmas beers in Belgium, there's something just magical about them. I know I was very skeptical in the beginning. I think just because the whole concept of a Christmas beer made me really wonder what is Christmas and how could you package it into a bottle and make a drink out of it? Because obviously, if you're going to have a Christmas drink, it's eggnog and not beer. But this does have a legitimate Christmas feel to it. Though I will, like, asterisk caveat Belgian Christmas. Because I think the spices and the taste profile is just a bit different to what I would be accustomed to with stereotypical Christmas. But this does have that warm, like, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Like, that's when you should drink this beer. If you have a fireplace and you have the fire going, this is the beer to drink. It's nice, it's warm. I want to say it's hearty, but it's also sweet. And I feel like this is a cuddling beer. I really, yeah, like I have the moment just pictured sitting in front of the fireplace, not in the fire, cuddling with Prince Charming and just having this delicious beer and calling it a night. I'm not getting the sweet notes so much from the beginning as I did the first sip. Maybe it's just because I really like those bitter notes. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is delightful. And while we're here, obviously I like this beer. I highly suggest that you try it if you see it. I tell you, I go to my grocery store, I see something, it just catches my eye and I put it in the shopping cart. And that's how I try beers. I don't think you need to be an expert. I just think that you need to be open to new experiences and just be willing to try something that might taste awful and you'll just regret it. But really, you won't know unless you try. However, let's have some life stories to share with you guys because I had a very interesting day today because one of the things that has been hanging over my head constantly is just school. And particularly just trying to figure out what am I going to do with YouTube? What am I going to do with editing? Because I'm part of the social media team for my school, which I'm very excited and proud of because I like the work that I'm doing. But I have a video that I need to make for the team. And I have a script. I just need to shoot it. And I got an email today saying that the deadline, which originally was May 1st, is now April, which is only 4 weeks away. And then it hit me, it's March. March! Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened to February. It's like it was here and then it was just gone. Hey, school is going really well. It's going by so fast. So fast. It's already March. Yeah, it's March 5th. I have a whole bunch of papers that I need to write this weekend too. That's not fun. How is your life going, by the way? I know I talk a lot about myself on these things. but I always get questions on them, like, how's school going? I do love it. I'm so happy. Well, I shouldn't say all the time. I'm happy to be in school, but then I have my moments where it's like, I don't want to be in school. Like, I want to be in school for the learning part and just going to the classes and speaking with all the students and the teachers. But I also just don't want to be there for like the tests or like anything where I have to prove that I know this stuff. That's less fun because that's just stressful. In my last semester for MBA at Cool, that's nice, for sure. I feel exactly the same way. And I also sort of feel bad because I feel like I'm one of the only students who is extremely at ease and happy with doing classes online. I like it because I get to sleep in. There's no having to go to different classrooms. It's just click, click, click on my computer. But there are a whole bunch of people who they're going stir crazy, and I feel really bad for them. One of the other students was saying how he was just randomly going on walks, and I was thinking, that's a really good idea. I should probably do that because I just sit in my chair for hours on end without moving because I'm in classes. But I like the online schooling. When do you write your thesis? Wait, we have a thesis? Oh, wait, no, technically we don't have a thesis. Like our big project is starting a business in our 3rd year. I don't think we have a thesis for our 1st year. I hope not. Cause man, like April, the Easter vacation is coming up and we're supposed to study during the Easter vacation, and it's just, I don't want to study. I didn't study as much as I should have during the crocus vacancy, and I'm sort of regretting it. Do you have a thesis? Well, yeah, if you're in your last year, you definitely have a thesis. Oh, and part of my last year, besides like the business project, is also doing an internship. So that'll be fun. But no, I don't know if I actually mentioned this, and I'm sure that I did, but what is it? Instead of doing the whole school thing for 3 years, I'm going to be doing it for 4 years, so it'll be easier, except that I'll be going to school for an extra year, but my last year should be like chill. I'm excited for the Lent vacation. See, I'm not, because I'm gonna have to work. KU Livin still has online classes until I think March 30th. We were supposed to be told after the crocus vacancy if we were going to be the crocus vacation. Oh, I love how I'm like mixing up languages. If we were going to go back to school or not. And I heard nothing, and I'm constantly bugging the other students. Was there an email that I missed? Because I still get a lot of emails in Dutch, even though I'm not going to say I don't speak Dutch. I can read it. I can understand it. It's just extra effort. So if I get an email in Dutch, I'm probably not going to read it because it's just so much effort, unless it looks important, and most of the time it's not. We get a lot of spam email from the school. And that's one of the things that's sort of making me nervous, is that I'd really prefer just to have the vaccine before we go back to school. Just because as much as I'd like to do the exams online, because I think it's just easier, I can sleep in, I'll have more time to study. Just based on the couple exams that we've had online, the teachers make it so complicated. And I'd rather not have to deal with that. I'd rather just like literally drive the 40 minutes to go take the exam. And I think if we go back to school, it's just, we're going to have more cases of COVID because there are just so many people who don't respect the mask thingies. And unfortunately, I actually know a couple of people like who live outside of the country who, despite the pandemic, are like, we want to go to Belgium. And it's like, why? there's a pandemic. Just wait till you have the vaccine. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. Why does Belgium make such delicious beers? Wow. The bitter notes on this. Ah. There's this part of me that feels like classes would be so much more enjoyable if I could drink, but then I'd be drunk during classes. Right? Are you going to find work soon or just study? Well, my whole purpose of going back to school was because I wanted to try my hands out at making writing my career, which is sort of a whole funny story because in the US, if you're self-employed, you can automatically create a business, which gives you all these tax benefits and breaks and whatnot. I assumed it worked the same way in Belgium, which is why I chose a business management and entrepreneurship course so that I could start my own business. Except you have different rules when it comes to self-employment and actually becoming an entrepreneur. And me being a writer would not be considered a business. It's just considered self-employment. So I'm probably going to get screwed over with taxes. But yeah, I'm probably just going to be studying because I have at least 2 exams that I need to make up. Yeah, I have the Excel exam and what's the other one? Oh yeah, the international trade and payment procedures that I need to make up during the summer, and then assuming that I don't fail anything else. So just those 2. But then I'm also studying German, like a real intense German over the summer because I'm going to just be retaking German. That was the decision that I came to with my German teacher. Because I told her I genuinely want to learn German for the amazing reason that I want to read Das Parfüm, or however you would say it in a German accent, in the original German. And The Perfume is one of my favorite books of all time. And it's originally in German. I've read it in English. I've read it in French. I'm eventually going to read it in Dutch because I have it, and I want to read it in German. So I need to learn German. Most of us students are looking for jobs. Yeah, I know quite a few people who actually have jobs during the summer, and I find that interesting. And I find it interesting for like a couple reasons because the whole school system is so different over here. Because like in the US, a full-time student only goes to class for 12 hours, and then you have your study time. And it's also sort of assumed that you're probably going to be working part-time while you study. But over here, you have like 24 hours of classes per week on top of studying, and nobody works part-time while they're in school. They only work it during the vacations or the summer. And that's something that's very different for me. But then I also think, oh, well, it also makes sense because there's like a big difference in the price of the school. Because I don't think that nowadays, with it being almost like $250,000 for a bachelor's, that you could just go to school and not work part-time the whole year. It's stressful. I can imagine. I'm trying to think. I did tutoring when I was in university. I didn't like it. I mean, you get money, but I also didn't like it. I didn't like teaching. I did tutoring for French, and I didn't like teaching French. I also didn't like translations. That's like, as much as I love linguistics and communication and languages, I hate translation. That I have mad respect for translators because that is a job that oh my goodness, I could not find the fun in it. It was just something that's stressful because the whole spirit of the language, even though I was taking French and translating it into English, finding that spirit of like, well, what do I think the author wanted to say and getting it right in English was just so incredibly stressful. I did not like it. Tease up. Oh, can you speak some French? I want to learn. Okay. Wow, that last bit of this was delicious. Holy crap. Ooh. I also feel that it went to my head. Like I'm feeling good. What's your favorite Belgian beer? My favorite. Okay, honestly, anything by Duby, which I have all of them here. Let's see. Zat to be, and then Stel to be, anything by Duby. I love them. They are my favorite beers. I can't choose one, but they are my favorite brewery just because you have the amazing artwork. Then there's the story on the back, and the beers themselves just taste delicious. It's just, I feel like they're the brewery that has really hit the nail on the head when it comes to marketing, because you get the drinking experience, you get the visual experience with the artwork, but then you get a story too. And I love them. Yeah, you should check out To Be. They're awesome. Lindman's is also, Leaf Mints. They're Brute Creek. That's also really good if I was going to choose a lambic. Okay, so speaking French, what? Now I'm on the spot and my brain's just like, what can I say in French? Je m'appelle Kathryn, je viens aux États-Unis. Ça fait un peu de temps depuis la dernière fois que je devrais parler en français et je pense que j'ai un petit peu perdre parce que maintenant je travaille en anglais et le néerlandais et j'ai pas du tout beaucoup des amis qui parlent français. Bah, mais ça, ce n'est pas vrai. J'ai les amis qui parlent en français, mais non, j'ai les amis qui parlent français, mais je parle pas en français avec eux. Et voilà. My French. Oh, that was really difficult. Man, my French has just gone down the toilet. Well, thank you. No, I'm much happier with my progress in Dutch, but I also feel that since I'm not taking Dutch, and since I'm in school, and school's in English, and I'm studying, and I haven't really been focused on reading in Dutch, that I'm really losing it, and I want to change that, but I also haven't been really doing anything, taking actions to change that. And maybe that's something I'll do this weekend. It's like just a sit down and study of, okay, when can I carve in time to work on Dutch? Because I really want to improve my Dutch. Like one of my goals would be to do a whole video in Dutch, but I would also need to work on Dutch. But I like Dutch. It's a fun language. Okay. I want to thank you so much for stopping by, but I finished my beer. You should definitely get this one. It was the Hibernation Lupulus. It was delicious. It's a winter beer. I know it's March. Winter is almost over, but this is definitely worth a try. I mean, wow, the bitter notes on this were just delicious. But I'm going to let you all go. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope that you enjoyed the beer review and my little ramblings about my life. and I will see you guys in the next video. Totes scenes, may apple scenes.